the Camarillo White Horse gene is a dominant gene. It's what happens when they're born. When it's time to make the coat color, that gene shoots out there and says, nah, you're not going to come in color, you're going to stay white. We're going to make it white, and that's what happens at the time. So instead of being mama's color, if she's a color horse, it stays the daddy's color if he's white. But it doesn't have to be, you're going to come help me? Hi. It doesn't have to be it doesn't matter which horse is white for the baby to turn out white. It just has to be, one of them has to be a Camarillo White. What's significant about this year is that we've had about 70% of the births have been white. So 7 out of the 10 babies born this year were white. And most years it's about 50-50, if that. That's Adolfo, and he's just sweet and laid back and very loving. He's just a very quiet, docile boy. And he's got good personality. But he can play, he can get playful. But he's just a very sweet, quiet boy. He's just very loving. He's going to be a lot of fun. What stands out to me is when I look at their faces, I see their daddy and their grandfather. I do. I see their ancestors. They all have that distinct look in their faces. And it shines through.
My Camarillo Whites, I was fortunate enough to work with Harold Parker at the Community Foundation. He told me about his 2 stallions that were happy stallions, but happy stallions need mares. So I had mares, and everything worked out the way it should. And 11 months later, I have Descanso, and Descanso was born a couple weeks late. Descanso, as you know, means resting, and I wish he would do a little bit more resting, but he's a good guy, and he's all white, and he was a big surprise that he was nice. I mean, that was the plan, but it's nice that he went along with the plan. His sister, let's see, no, it's actually his aunt, I think, and she is named Azula, or Azulita, because she has one blue eye, which is pretty unusual. She was born out in the pasture, so I had to help quite a bit, and I'm glad I was there when I was, and took off the sack, and helped her threw the other ones out of the maternity ward and made room for the new ones. So I'm real pleased with them both.
This little guy just celebrated his 2-month-old birthday, and he has no name. He's this amazing little boy. Come on, that's my love. Hi. And it's got to be special, and we have to learn who they are. My belief is that as you learn their personality, is he going to be a wild guy? Is he all over the place? Is he a fireball? Is he a docile lover? Is he, more gentle and romantic? What is he? Who is he? There were a lot of names that were thrown around that he almost ended up with and didn't. I mean, I love them so much that every ounce of it's special to me.
The more we can get more of the public involvement, more youth involvement, get more mares out there bred, that means more babies landing on the ground, then the breed grows. If we can get a breeding herd of about 25 horses, and that's a breeding herd of 25 stallions and mares, then we'll be in really good shape. Because they're special. They're very special. I mean, they're in history. They're like having a piece of history, if you can imagine, having something you can walk through time with. Instead of just reading about it in a book, these horses have actually been at things like opening of the Golden Gate Bridge, the opening of the Oakland Bridge. They've had presidents ride them. You know, they're special. They've been special for years, and so they're a living piece of history, and they'll stay that way. They're a treasure.